working in the presidency of Brazil.
Okay? Oh, are you? Wow.
Yes, I started 3 weeks ago, and then the Brazilian government started this program called Investment Partnership Program.
Called.
The government called the program the Investment Partnership Program. The main objective is to talk with everyone involved in infrastructure
about the infrastructure program or infrastructure?
Yes, construction, about infrastructure construction. So we have to talk with the companies that are interested in put money in our infrastructure.
Interested
to put money in our infrastructure. For example, to buy some airport, to buy some minerals, to buy some highways, and then to develop these assets for the next 20 or 30 years. Okay?
Wow. Okay.
So we talk with investors, to constructors, to many actors in the government. For example, the Tribunal of Accounts, with the government of many states, with the Congress, with the ministries, to balance the interests of every actor, and then to reach the goal that is to sell the infrastructure assets to new investors. Okay?
Okay.
So, in English, the acronym is IPP, Investors Partnership Program. Okay? It was launched in 2016, and our main objective is to coordinate and supervise the concessions and privatizations in the federal government of Brazil. Our goals are to extend transparency, participation, and governance to a solid portfolio of projects, and to encourage competitiveness among those potentially interested in their diversity in terms of nationality and size of companies.
Okay, encourage. Okay.
Encourage.
And nationality.
Nationality.
There you go.
Okay. My department, the IPP, is linked to the General Secretary. Linked.
Mm-hmm.
So my department is linked to the General Secretary, and it is linked to the presidency.
Okay.
We also have a council, and the leader of the council is the president. Council. The leader of the council is the president, and the other ministries are members also.
Okay.
So our role is to select the best process, the best projects, to qualify them in the council. So we have a meeting for every 2 or 3 months, and we qualify these projects in this council. And this is start to be a national priority. Okay?
Starts or started?
Started.
Okay. Started to be a national priority. Okay.
So this means a new governance scenario in Brazil. About 3 years we are working in this way. We have a strong legal framework to permit us to do the things in this way. And the guidelines for the IPP project is high quality, performance-based contracts, special focus on risk sharing between the government and the investors, 100 days rule between the bid notice and the publication, because this period of time permits to investors to study the bid. We are also publishing the bidding documents in English to attract international investors, and we are committed to the regulatory certainty and stability.
Okay.
So we use what we call empathy approach. We talk to everyone, to government, to the market, to the Federal Court of Auditors, and our role is to make the balance between all these interests to make the project go to the targets. Okay. We also have a long-term vision to make the projects continue, last for a long time.
Okay. They have a long-term version.
Yes. The timeline of each project is something like that. The first stage is the studies, and then we realize that the projects are viable. There is feasibility on the projects. And then we put the documents to public consultation. So it lasts for about 45 days. Then the Federal Court of,
The TCU? What's the TCU?
TCU is the Federal Court of Auditors.
Okay.
Okay? This is an independent organism in our government, and it makes a very deep analysis about the feasibility of the projects, and then it lasts for about 60 days. And only after this court say that everything is okay with the project, we put the bidding published. We meet.
You publish the bid.
We publish the bid. Okay. And then 100 days after the bidding notice, that is the notice. 100 days after the bidding notice, we can do the auction, the public session. And after this public session, like a bidding section, we can do the contract signature.
Signature.
So, signature. So, IPP is responsible for keep all this timeline in track. We are responsible for audit all these phases. Is it clear for you? Everything's okay?
Yeah.
Okay. What are the projects under our leadership? Public services like airports, railways, highways and railways, ports, roads, petroleum and mining, and also the transmission of electricity, and other many kinds of public companies. We are trying to privatize all these kinds of companies.
You're trying to privatize them. I see.
Yes.
Let me ask you, why are you trying to privatize them?
Let me make. I make a mistake. I made a mistake. I need to correct. We are not trying to. We are privatizing.
Oh yeah, but why? I mean, why privatize? What's the reason behind it?
Okay, because the government realized that he's not responsible for. It's not his core business to have an airport or to have a port or to have a road. The government of Brazil own all these assets for many years. Owned all these assets for many years.
Okay.
And what we want to do is to sell it to the private companies and make profit with that thing.
I see. So is it because it is more under debt? Is it because it's not making enough money? Is that the reason?
No, it's because it makes money, and it will make more money under the private management.
So it'll make more money under private management.
Yes. The government of Brazil realized that it's not his...
it's not its responsibility anymore?
It's the responsibility of the government, but the Brazilian government doesn't have the competency to do it. If you compare with the private companies,
right?
The Brazilian government realized that doesn't have the competence. Competence. Thank you.
Okay.
So let's move.
All right.
Our portfolio until July of 2018, last year, we have, well, in 2016, we had 34 projects, and 22 were concluded and 12 were in progress. And then you have the all the phases. So in 2017, 55 projects,
55.
42 were concluded, 55 projects, and 42 were concluded. And then going to July of 2018, we had 16 projects, and 1 were concluded, and 15 were in progress.
1 was concluded, not were. 1 was concluded.
1 was concluded, thank you. 1 was concluded, and 15 were in progress.
Or okay, 18. Are they in progress or still or not anymore?
Some of them are concluded and some of them are in progress.
Mm-hmm.
But now I need to make another slide for update all these numbers. Okay.
Okay.
So the actions and renewals carried out. We had in total 193 projects, and 105 were auctioned or renewed. So more than 50% of our portfolio in 30 months were concluded, and we planned 235 billion reais in investments.
Wow.
So,
that's how much private companies will invest.
They will pay it as a bonus for the signature to go into signature to go into the project.
Mm-hmm.
And then after this upfront payment, they will put money, they will invest for the next 20 or 30 years.
Wow.
Okay? So we have 4 airports, 1 highway, 16 port terminals, 76 electricity generation units, 1 unit of supply of it's like a market, a big market to sell, receive from the producers and sell to the consumers.
You mean like a warehouse?
Exactly, a warehouse. And also 7 oil and gas projects.
Wow.
Then looking for our map.
Looking at our map.
Sorry?
Looking at our map.
Looking at our map, we can see the locations of many of the projects. For example, the transmission lines, the airports, the fuel terminals. So they are spread in the whole country. And then this is the oil and gas map with some offshore and some onshore opportunities.
You got rigs.
Rigs, a lot of rigs.
Mm-hmm.
Onshore and offshore.
Mm-hmm.
So the results of the auctions, the investments that Brazil has received about the international investors were about 208 billion reais until 2018 July.
July 2018.
July 18.
2018.
And we are
mm-hmm.
July 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And we are expecting for the next bidding rounds about 235 billion reais.
Uh-huh.
Now we have 88 projects in progress, and the investments planned were about 133 billion reais. So there are 8 highways, 22 port terminals, 20 power units, 1 project of oil and gas, 4 projects for mining, 1 supply, the currency house. For example, in the US, where do you print the bills of dollars?
Fort Knox.
So Brazil is selling his Fort Knox.
Oh my God! Really?
Yes.
There is no fear of too much foreign power.
No, because nowadays the currency house already import some of our bills from other countries.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
cheaper to import than to produce it here.
Wow. I see.
So we have some other projects like airport navigation, a lottery, 12 railways, and 17 airports. All these assets are under bidding process. Okay?
Under the bidding process.
Under the bidding process. So in these next slides, you can see each one in details, and I will just pass through it.
Okay. So when you say concessions, mean they're deciding, right?
Yes, concessions means for us to give these assets and receive money up front. So the closing remarks are the IPP program, the Investors and Partnership Program. It's focused on governance, transparency and participation, the redemption of political power and technical capacity, and also to put legal and environment security, rationality, accountability, and predictability in the top of our concerns, and also to ensure competitiveness and public interest. And the other of our roles are monitoring and improvement all these processes. Sorry. So the IPP Secretariat is in line with the international best practices and should remain well structured both financially and in terms of human resources. When a project is qualified for the investment partnership program, it's defined as national priority. So that's it.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Please, I want to hear from you.
How much more will the Brazilian government make if it privatizes compared to not being privatized? How much more? Is it a 10% increase, 50% increase? What is the approximation?
Let me see if I understand your question. You are asking how many the government will earn if he doesn't do the privatization.
Right, as compared to privatizing.
Okay.
In percentage.
Okay, I don't have this number.
But an approximation.
I think the problem is not how much money we will do or not.
We'll make
or not. I think the problem is we don't have money to do all these projects.
That's
the Brazilian government has a very huge budget to pay all the salaries, to pay all the workers that works for the government, and also to pay all the pensionists, everyone who quit,
who has quit,
everyone who is in the retirement.
So it doesn't have enough to run its own highways and warehouses. And is that what you're saying?
Exactly. That's what I am saying.
How
So,
how is that possible? Is that
because
tell me.
the last the governors that worked here since the 90s, they doesn't do a good job.
They didn't do a good job.
They didn't. Uh, they didn't do a good job.
Yeah, the past administration.
Exactly.
Oh my
They
God.
spent a lot with things that were not necessary, and
Okay.
they didn't do the investments.
Right. They didn't manage the money.
Yes. So now the only way we have to make things work,
Right.
to have money to pay the bills of the government,
Right.
is to sell these assets,
Uh-huh.
receive the money, pay the bills, and do a reform on our previdentiary system. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So
Very
we have
smart.
to redo.
Very
Sorry?
smart. Very smart.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Wow. What came about to make this decision? I mean,
What came about?
who decided? Was there a meeting about it? Was it the president's idea? Was it something that came from other countries?
No. With this new
Government.
with yes, the new government started on last January. So we have a new economy minister, a new infrastructure minister.
Uh-huh.
We have a whole team of new thinkers, and these guys are from the right wing, the right side.
The right wing. Yeah.
Liberals.
Yeah.
So they want to sell everything they can to put money in the pocket of the government and then pay the bills. Government. And then pay all the bills and put things in place again.
So they're trying to fix all of the problems the liberals left.
Of the workers.
Okay. Oh wow.
The last government
Yeah.
were from the left side.
Yes,
the party of the workers.
The same thing is happening in the United States, by the way. The exact same thing. Exact same thing. I would say it is identical.
But does the U.S. are selling their infrastructure projects?
No, but what's going on is that they are. The thing with the U.S. is that it's not so much on its projects. It is actually worse. It's actually deeper. It has to do with Congress, with senators. It has a lot to do with offshore companies and workers, factories, to replace them with American factories instead of Chinese factories. It's more about that.
You told me about it.
Yeah, it's more about that.
Okay.
Very, very interesting. So you guys, want to sell. You want to privatize it, right?
Yes, we do.
Do you think you will finish privatizing within the next 10 years? How long will this process take? Privatizing it.
Well, I think we have a lot of assets in mining, for example.
Okay.
We have some projects that are stopped for 30 years.
Whoa!
Yes.
Like what? An example of something.
For example, copper, zinc,
no
phosphate.
Way. You haven't worked it for 30 years?
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, it was not explored and it was not exploited for 30 years.
Yeah. Wow.
So
yeah.
We have more than 20,000 projects about mining waiting for the final studies and to start production in the next 20 years, 2 or 3 years, for example.
It's very similar.
So I think
very similar to the U.S. and steel. U.S. has a lot of iron, but it's been sent. But it's cheaper to get it from China. So all of the factories have been for the past 50 years have been abandoned in the U.S. Go on. You were saying something.
So I think in the next 10 years, we will have this program. We will have this interest to privatize or to sell some assets to the international company, to international financial market, to put money here, invest here, and to also bring the money back to their home countries.
Yeah, very good.
We don't see this as a problem because they will pay us upfront.
Yeah.
And then they will all pay us with royalties under the production.
Yeah. I mean, it is in your land.
Yes.
It is in your land. So the benefits are definitely the benefits. It's a win-win for you guys.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean when I say it's a win-win like this? Watch. It's
yes, I do.
A win-win, yeah? It's a win-win situation.
Very good.
It's a win-win situation. Wow. What are there? How would I say this? Are there? Hold on. I'm busy right now.
Papi, necesito cita
Tape? I don't have tape right now.
para estamos haciendo una casita.
Okay, let's see here. I saw the tape. Where did I see the tape? I don't know where I saw the tape. I think it's in your room or in my room. In the chair. But be quiet. What are there? Okay, when you say privatization, who can be the owner? Does it have to be a company or is a person? What are the requirements?
Okay, there are for each kind of project we have different requirements. But in general terms, for example, for an airport, you just need to have the money. For example, if you are an international fund of investments, or if you are for sovereign fund. For example, a country like Norway or Singapore, they have sovereign fund. They can come to Brazil, buy this project, pay the signature bonus. Is it correct? Signature.
Yeah, signature. Yeah.
The signature bonus, and then they can hire or contract an operator specialized in airport operations, and then they will manage the project for 10, 20, or 30 years.
Okay, for example, in the airport, must they hire Brazilian people, or can they hire anybody, or from their country?
They can hire anybody.
Okay. They can hire anyone. It doesn't. So it doesn't necessarily have to be Brazilian people.
No. But it will be, because we know that our working persons doesn't receive higher salaries.
That's why.
So it will be expensive for them to bring someone not specialized.
Right.
For example, if they need some specialized engineer to make the project, I think they will do the project abroad. So, but the execution of the project will be here. So they will hire some engineers in Brazil to execute the project, and also to operate the people that works carrying the luggage in the airport, for example, will be Brazilian. You know about it.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot cheaper to hire. Okay. Wow. And you said they have to have the money up front, right?
Yes.
No financing.
Well, Brazil has a Brazilian bank for the social development, and it can finance the project too. But we are encouraging the investors
To give an upfront, right?
To ask for internet. Sorry.
But you guys are asking for an upfront payment, right?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Which is what, 50%?
But also the financing can be from abroad.
Okay. And what is the percentage like upfront? Does it have to be more than 50% paid already? 20%?
It depends of the project, but one example is, for example, 13% of the net present value.
Okay.
For example, they pay 13% of the net present value upfront, and then in the next years they will pay royalties until the end of the project.
Okay.
So it's profitable for the government.
Right. In this situation, what is exactly a royalty? I know what a royalty is in the music sense and intellectual property, but what about in your sense? What is it? What is an intellectual royalty?
For example, if you have an iron, is it correct the pronunciation?
Iron.
An iron mining project. For each tons of iron you produce, you will pay 5% as a royalty.
Meaning that the private institution has to pay the Brazilian government 5% for every ton.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you sell the one ton for $100, you will pay $5 for the Brazilian government.
For each, okay. All right. For every. Interesting. And that rate, is it a high rate or a low rate? International rate of iron or Brazilian rate of iron?
It's in the average.
It's in the average.
In the average.
Interesting. Yeah, because there's many ways to value.
Yes. Yes.
Interesting.
Hey, Carl, just let me tell you something. I realized that we are having this lesson for an hour. Yes. So I think you have another things to do.
Yeah, I have. I have my students waiting for me because I told them to wait for me. Yeah. So we're about to finish, and I have to give you your homework. Okay.
Yes, thank you. And next class we can talk about the chapter 2.
Yes.
I thought it was very interesting. So a lot of new words.
Good.
I look at the dictionary. Very good.
All right. They're basic words, by the way. All right. Very, very basic. So let me get you. Give me a second here. I'm going to get you your work. So what are you doing today? Are you going to still move your stuff?
We are going to finish the boxing exercise. We are putting our stuff in boxes.
Oh, that's right.
And then we are going to the new apartment to do some things there.
Is it finished? Already painted? All that stuff?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Is it finished? Is it painted already? Is it finished?
The apartment is painted, but we have a lot of things to do there. For example, to bring there some fragile items.
Okay. Alright. So I'm getting you your homework. So you read chapter 2.
Yes.
Okay, we still got to talk about it though. I'm going to give you a compare and contrast exercise, okay?
Okay.
And goes a little bit like this. All right. You're gonna watch these two videos, okay? Music videos.
Okay.
And then you're gonna compare them for me. Tell me the differences of what you see.
Very good.
All right. There you go. All right. So we've got to finish chapter 2. I gave you a writing prompt, okay? And I'm also giving you a different video. Okie dokie. You are set to go for now. All right, dear Hugo, I gotta get going. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, because I don't. I can't see the homework. Where is it?
It's
Please?
on Google. It's on Google Docs.
Oh, thank you.
It'll say
Okay.
homework for May 18th, 2019.
Okay, Carl, Mr.
All right.
Surfer, Close Talker.
Okay. Take care.
Thank
of
you
yourself.
very much.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.
You
Bye bye.
too. Take care. Close Talker.